Carl Rogers is one of the most influential humanistic psychologists and also developed person-centered therapy, which is practiced by a lot of psychologists for therapy. He believed that we all have potential to live a happy and fulfilling life. And he also talks about self-actualization tendency. So basically, the concept of self-actualization is the same as what Maslow said. In Rogers' version, he said that we all have this innate tendency to move to be a better person. Okay? So moving toward growth and self-enhancement. And he says that this is the only needed motivation. The concept of self is important in Rogers' theory. So, what is self-concept? Basically, it's an idea of who I am and how I see myself. If you think about an infant really does not distinguish between events in their phenomenological field. So for them, events are all blended together. Gradually, as they gain experiences with verbal labels like me or I, a portion of their phenomenological field becomes differentiated as the self. So at this point, the baby can reflect on himself or herself as a distinct object in their experiences. According to Rogers, the development of self is a major manifestation of the actualizing tendency because it really shows our inclination of moving toward greater complexity. So going back to the definition of self-concept, this is your idea about who you are based on your experiences. On the other hand, ideal self refers to who you want to be. And Rogers talks about the degree of the overlap or incongruence between these two concepts is critical in the development of personality. So for some of us, the way that we perceive ourselves as is almost similar as who we want to be. On the other hand, there are a lot of us whose ideal versions of self does not really agree with how they feel about themselves. So if you look at this picture, on your left side, for some, their self-image, their real life self-concept is totally different from who they want to be. Okay? So there is minimal levels of overlap. On the other hand, for some, the way that who they want to be is very similar as how they experience themselves now. So there are a lot of overlap. So in this case, these two are congruent. On the other hand, in the left side case, the two concepts are incongruent. And Rogers says that the more these two concepts are congruent with each other, it indicates healthy personality. So for him, really, the degree of your mental health is based on the degree of congruence between these two concepts, which is your ideal self versus how you actually experience yourself as. Rogers said that we all need to receive unconditional positive regards by others to develop healthy personality. What is unconditional positive regard? So positive regards means positive respect and acceptance. And there are two types of positive regards. First one is conditional positive regards. In this case, the person will be accepted and be respected based on certain condition. Most of the time, it's based on if you do something good or if you are a good person. On the other hand, in unconditional positive regards, the person will receive respect and acceptance no matter who he is or no matter what he does. So it's a total unconditional acceptance by others. According to Rogers, those who receive unconditional positive regards by others will eventually develop positive self-regards. It's similar as like if you have received a lot of love by others, you are more likely to love yourself. The positive personality development through unconditional positive regards will lead to a fully functioning person, according to Rogers. Then what is a fully functioning person? So this is a notion, the concept that's introduced by Carl Rogers. According to him, we all progress toward a state of fulfillment and happiness. So we strive to reach an optimal sense of satisfaction in our life. A fully functioning person is, it's almost same as somebody who achieves self-actualization. So the person becomes the best person that one could be in the context of our life. So that is important, right? Because it doesn't mean that we all become a winner of Nobel Prize, right? The concept here is that you reach your potential in the context of your life situation. And not surprisingly, a fully functioning person are associated with a lot of positive indicators for healthy personality. So here are some characteristics of fully functioning person. It's almost similar as the characteristics of self-actualized person. Here is your lecture activity 3. Rogers said that self-actualization tendency is the only motivation for human behavior. So I want you to think about whether you'd agree or disagree with this statement. So think about if self-actualization indeed covers other motivations like achievement, power, and etc. Please use a font size 12 and save your answer in PDF or MS Word. Do not directly type it in the submission folder. I want you to submit at least one page well-written answer. That's your lecture activity 3.